an historic Platinum Jubilee statement yesterday, the Queen announced that Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, will be made Queen Consort when Charles is eventually crowned king. Now, Her Majesty declared that it was her sincere wish for her daughter-in-law to be fully acknowledged when Charles succeeds her, saying, "I know you will give her and Charles the same support you've given me." Now, 5 years ago, we asked our audience, should Camilla ever become Queen? This is what they said.
During the break there, we did a show of hands, asking who would like to see Camilla be Queen or not be Queen. Who thinks absolutely no, she should not be Queen Camilla? Show of hands there, folks. Oh, interesting. Looks about everybody. There must be someone. Is there anyone thinks Camilla should be? One lady. Two ladies. Is that it? Yes? Oh, well, there you go.
Well, so that was a resounding no from the audience then. That was 5 years ago. Do you think that view might have changed now, Jane? I mean, it's a resounding endorsement from the Queen for Camilla, isn't it?
Yeah,
like a royal seal of approval.
And I think that will play a huge part, because it's sort of like her wish, isn't it? But also, I also think we've got other things to worry about these days. But I think it's a huge mark of Camilla that, you know, back in the day, obviously because of the way that her whole relationship with Charles happened, she was completely vilified, you know, both in the media and on message boards and by the public. There wasn't so much social media in those days, but she has earned people's respect. She's just kept quiet.
Yeah.
And every time you see them together, her and Charles, you can see that they absolutely love each other and they've got a great chemistry. There's a spark there. There's a shared sense of humour, which, having seen Charles and Diana together many, many times, they didn't have that same chemistry. So I'm not saying it was right, but how it happened. But I just think she's just quietly got on with it, really, you know, been dutiful, done all the stuff that the royal family are expected to do. And I think there's a real lesson in that, in a way, for Meghan, because I think Meghan came here and everybody loved her. Do you remember? We were all very excited about the wedding, and then it was like, OK, now you've got to travel the country and go to that sports hall and shake hands with dignitaries. And Meghan didn't like... She just didn't enjoy it. I mean, obviously, you've got the different scenario that Meghan is American and probably was homesick as well. But I think if she'd done what Camilla has done and just, you know, got on with it, it would have been fine. So it's a shame.
And do you think, I mean, that the fact that the Queen has made this very public now, that she knows that there probably are still people that might not want to accept Camilla as Queen, and that she's making it very clear that that is her wish, she's saying it before she dies, that there's no doubt of how she feels.
Yeah, and actually, you know, she's doing the job, and in a way, it's just a word. She was going to be Princess Consort, and now she'll be Queen Consort. But it does mean that she'll probably get that crown that the Queen Mother had made specially for her.
It was funny because, obviously, when we lost Diana and all that, I was such a Diana fan. I loved Princess Diana. And I was very against Camilla when they first got together, actually. And over time, I think it's what you said, over time, my respect for the woman has grown and grown and grown, because I mean, I've never known anyone get as much hatred about her in every newspaper, in every magazine, in the street. And she just sat back quietly and she just loved him. And then I saw them together and I saw that girl and I thought they should have always been together, actually. You know, that's the tragedy of it.
Yeah, and people do
say... And now I think I'm 100% for her, I think.
Because they were, you know, they were sort of very taken with each other back in the day. And apparently she waited for him to propose. This is long before he met Diana. And he didn't propose because there's that odd thing back then about you can't marry, the future king can't marry a woman with a past. So she gave up waiting for him and married Andrew Parker Bowles instead. And then, of course, Charles married.
Yeah. See, I was a bit
Ended up
like
with Diana.
Colleen. You know, I was a big Diana fan and that. But having met Camilla a few times, I think she's absolutely lovely.
lovely.
There was a time when she visited ITV studios and she was asked who she'd like to see. I think she said people from This Morning. She said
there she
Birds
is
of a
with you.
Feather. So me, Pauline and Leslie went along and met her and she was just absolutely delightful. We spent most of the time talking about our grandchildren.
Yeah, she's very down to earth.
And I also went to a tea party at Buckingham Palace, a garden party.
Oh, like you do.
And me and Leslie were outside on the grounds and that, and Camilla saw us and brought us into the royal enclosure because she remembered meeting us and that. She was and I had no shoes on at the time because I got blisters from the shoes that I was wearing. So I was walking around Buckingham Palace barefoot. Should have bought me slippers, shouldn't I?
Should have.
Well, I was saying, you know, 5 years ago, we asked our studio audience at the time if they would accept Camilla as Queen. As you saw there, it was a resounding no. But we've asked you today the same question. Is it time to accept Camilla as Queen? And this time, 61% of you are saying yes, 39 no. So thank you very much for taking part in that.